viewer comments. As always, if you're joining for the first time, I always give it a second to let people join in. Ask any question you have. Once again, send your email in, and you have an opportunity to join the show. Be a part of the show. All right. So, gonna give it a little second. Working through some things. I think I got some Halloween music. This is new. What's up? I wouldn't say that's so much Halloween music. Yeah, that's messed up. I'm not feeling that one. All right. Once again, gonna give it a second to let some things kind of just hop in here. Ask any question you have for tonight. Already see I got some coming in. Benjo already here. Benjo, you got something for me? I don't know what's going on with this music. Benjo, once again, I think I'm in that same stream. So if you want to hop on, always feel free to go back and check out that link I sent you. I'd be very curious to see your take from the game this past week. All right, we're starting to get more people hopping in. Once again, this is viewer comments. Any questions you have about the Razorback football team, now's the time to ask. If you want to maybe say something, I got a few questions queued up as well that I'm curious your opinions about. You can go ahead and start putting these in right now. First question, I want to know, how many will Arkansas win in the next 4 games? So we have Mississippi State, LSU, Texas, and wrapping it up with Missouri. So out of the 4 games, how many do you think we will win? Very curious. The original 1978 Halloween movie soundtrack is GOAT. I would love to play some of these songs, but for copyright reasons, I don't know if I can. Oh, yeah, that's actually a really good question, too. Very curious to know what maybe your favorite. Here, let me pose the question. What up, Drew B? Hopefully I'm Drew By. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Appreciate the love, big dog. I'll go ahead and throw the comments up on the screen. Screen, that is. Any questions we have? Put in your answers. How many games will Arkansas win out of the next 4? As much as we talk about coaching search, who are we even going to have at quarterback, though? As of now, RB Griff. I would assume KJ Jackson is in the lineup to be at least the number 1 guy. I know Coach Petrino is very high on him, talks very highly about him. However, Coach Petrino would have to be here. And now, who knows? Another coach could come in and feel very good about KJ Jackson. We just got to wait and see. Ben wants to know what's for dinner. We are having a salmon tonight, and I'm going to make that, sear it first, finish it in the oven, and we're going to have a little cauliflower puree. Donna says maybe just 1 win out of the next 4. Oh, Donna, which one? I need to know which one you think we're going to pull off. Mississippi State? And then you think we lose 3 in a row? How do you feel about KJ taking over for the rest of the season, especially if we lose the next game? I think you got to give it another game. I kind of been back and forth and with my take on Talon Green at the moment. I think I have consistently said, and a lot of people have sent me comments of saying, DJ, we feel like you're not being fair with Talon Green. What do you want him to be perfect? What do you expect? He can't make a mistake, and especially when he's leading the nation in total yards offense. I have gotten all that heat. And then for the first week ever, when I break down the film and I take a look at these plays, specifically the interceptions at the end of the game, I just keep the same tone. I try not to give my analysis and my opinion based off just the emotions of the season and the way things are going. Me and my guys, we have conversations all the time, and it's hard at sometimes because we're extremely biased for the Razorbacks, but we just try to be fair, put emotions to the side, and just look at the tape. And as far as Talon Green is concerned, I don't think he has played poorly enough to lose his job. That's just my honest opinion. I know a lot of people don't feel that way. But I think it's funny how I was getting so much heat for being too hard on Talon. And now I'm being the exact same approach of saying, yes, the first interception was his fault. Yes, too many plays before that interception happened. He holds the ball a little too long, which I have said all year. The second interception, I do not believe it's his fault. I think when you trust your guys to do what they're supposed to do in this game where it's very hard to be very competitive and it's hard to throw the ball downfield in the SEC against a very tough defense, the little things matter, and you just have to trust your guys to do what's right. I think as a quarterback, I know a lot of people said on that second interception I broke down, Talon still has to see it. Talon still has to do this. Yes, in a perfect world. But if you want to compete at a high level in the SEC, the reason you have to trust your receivers and your linemen and your running backs, because you don't have time to double check their work while you're trying to process something yourself. You just don't have time to do so. All right. Second or the third interception, yeah, he was tripping. All right. He was just forcing it in. Bad throw. All right. Um, just my opinion. I think sometimes in our industry, um, I think us media members not only try to do a good job giving analysis, but I think we're also fans of the team as well. And I don't think it's best practice when you let the fandom bleed over into your takes in the game. But I get it. Sometimes you just tell the people what they want to hear. And I know sometimes what you don't want to hear is Taylon Green, I don't believe needs to be benched. I already get it. We're 2-6. I know you want somebody to come on here and express your frustration the way that it should, rightfully so, be as a fan. You know, bench everybody, get everyone out of the program, tear it all down. It's just like, how often are we going to tear it all down? And it's gonna if that's our approach every time we hit adversity, I mean, we're always gonna stay in the dumps. All right. Adjustments definitely need to be made. I think the head coaching search definitely needs to be professionally done and done the right way. I just don't think we should lean on nostalgia and just hand it to Coach Petrino. If he is the best candidate for the job moving forward, with all things considered, then sure, give him a shot. But I want to make sure we do our homework and address everything. All right, we got a lot more comments coming in. Rolling in, let me get through some of these. Mississippi State will be our last win. That's what Donna believes. Zach Sather's in the house. What's up, big dog? I'm telling you, man, Zach was a stud, that D tackle position. Honest thoughts about Bobby P losing. Here we go. The interim title next year. Personally, not sure if he's the best pick, but I think he'll be the best that we can get in this carousel. That's a big one. I mean, I was looking at stuff online, some predictions of where coaches are going to be. You also got to think, even though he had a bad outing and he apparently has a bad reputation at the moment, another coach that's now in the carousel, we talk about the job opening for LSU, but now Brian Kelly is in the mix for a potential head coach next year. He has to look for a job if he wants to get that money. Yeah, man. I mean, there's so many vacancies open. There's so many coaches that are available. It'll be an interesting search. Plenty for us to talk about. I'm just curious about how soon it'll happen. I mean, we'll know within the next month and a half. It's pretty wild. Ben Cleveland wants to know, what place will Ebony get in New York Marathon? What's her goal? Her goal is to beat my marathon time. I ran it in 4 hours and 38 minutes, so that's what she's going for. All right. I hope she beats it. All right, here we go. You could make a real argument we could win every game that is left on the schedule based on production and raw numbers, but you can't trust inconsistency enough, man. Boy, if that... I'll say this team, man, each week we approach the game, we sit down and look at it, and we all say, like, the football player in us says, God, we got a shot to win this game. But, man, you are nail on the head. The inconsistency of this team. I mean, it just blows our mind how we can be competitive one week and just be a dud the next week. Got to get that figured out. Benjo, once again, if you want to join, you still should have that same email. If not, let me know in the thing, and I'll try to send you another one. Beth C., I would love to see former players on the sideline on staff. If they are good enough to coach. I do think, I've always said this, I don't believe you had to play the sport of football in order to be a really good coach. I mean, we had Holly Rowe on the Buzz, 1037 The Buzz last week, or this was Monday. And man, she knows the game of football in and out. And I, without a question in my mind, she could be on a staff somewhere and put together a very competitive game plan. I do think, though, former players that take the time to make sure they stay in the game and learn the game and not just try to teach guys to do it the way that worked for them, but try to figure out what works best for that player. If you get a former player who can do that, then I think that's a really cool asset, because not only do you have somebody that can be very relatable and try to understand maybe some things that other people just can't, they can try their best to empathize, but you also have an ambassador for the program as well on the sidelines and make sure that people really buy into how special it is to be a Razorback. I tell you, people ask me all the time when I go back and coach. I tell you, right? I always push it off to the side because I give a lot of respect to coaches. It's much more than just being a former great player. You have to have a extreme knowledge of the game through in and throughout every single position. I don't believe I'm there. Now, if I just had to coach tight ends and only worry about tight ends and that's it, then maybe. But it's much more than that to be a very effective coach in college football. I tell you what I really do believe I think I could do. And I've been back and forth about reaching out to the program to see if this would even be a possibility. I feel like I've seen so much, and even going to the next level in the NFL. I mean, yes, I wish I would have played a lot more. It is what it is. But I also, when you don't play, you sit back and watch, especially if you're somebody who really wanted to play, you just sit down and you take it all in. And then you have a front row view of guys that have it, and then guys that kind of have it, and then guys that just don't. And I've just seen so much, been a part of so many great organizations, been playing with and next to and watching film study with some of the greatest players of all time. I really do feel like I could potentially get on staff in the recruiting department. I really do. I feel like talent evaluation is something it comes natural to me. And if they ever had a position open for that and would like for me to be a part of it, I'd be more than happy to help out in that category. And then maybe give some pointers on the side to the tight ends. Appreciate the donation. Kilo Heart. No question. Usually when somebody sends a super chat, you got a question that I'll answer. But I appreciate the love. Thanks so much for that. That means a lot. Let's keep going through this. Ebony loves 4th and 5. She thinks we will win this weekend. Once again, my girlfriend's going to New York City this weekend, running the New York City Marathon. Pumped up for my boo. She's going to do great. Here we go. Chris Alley is in the house. Why don't we commit to run more? It feels like Washington could take a lot of pressure off Talon. Just feels like we give up on the run too quickly, and Green isn't running enough, in my opinion. I would say outside of last week, that was the goal. When we're balanced, we're at our best. Rushing the ball. I mean, you got to think Washington had 2 back-to-back 100-yard games, plus that is. But Auburn, man, they really were that good, man. You got to think coming into that game, Auburn defensively only gave up 87 yards per game the entire season. Now, they were on a 4-game losing streak. Their offense gave them nothing. But defensively, I mean, the numbers don't lie. It showed up. I think that's why we really struggled. Their scheme and their personnel matched up perfectly for what we tried to do offensively. They had a guy, and we talked about him, number 17, that linebacker for Auburn. I mean, he's going to make a lot of money on Sundays. Fast, sideline to sideline, and he was all over Talon. He was a special player to watch. Chase Gibson says, totally agree. No, I'm not sure about what statement, but thank you so much. Oh, look at this. How fun is that? My best friend's little girl got accepted into the University of Arkansas. Dang, come on, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations, Sagan. It's good stuff. All right, here we go. Back to the questions. I first thought we could win 3 out of the 4, but as more backups get to playing, we suffer. We always suffer against backups. You ain't lying. I think, has there ever been another team in history that when the backup has to come in, the opposing teams are undefeated this year? I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I bet any team that plays us, the backup is just like, oh, this may be my week. This may be my week. How is it looking with Dan Mullen linked to LSU? I mean, that'd be a great fit. I even heard Marcus Freeman, the head coach for Notre Dame, to LSU. But I feel like Notre Dame's a really good job, right? That'll be interesting to go. Here we go. DJ, will you be on in about 30 to 45 minutes? Benjo, I don't know. It depends on my girlfriend. She just got home, and I got to cook her dinner tonight, all right? She's got to get ready for that marathon. I'm going to make sure she's nice and healthy. Like I said, we're doing salmon tonight. I'll get that all hooked up. Here is Khalil Hart. Once again, thanks for the donation. Do you think if Arkansas goes after and keeps in-state talent, like when you were in the program, or like when you were, the program would be back? I think it would help. It would for sure help. One, you have to develop these guys. These guys also have to be bought in. You know, I always say this. I've been talking to all these guys, all these top recruits in the state, a lot of them that are not committed to Arkansas. I'm trying to do my due diligence and go talk to guys that are committed to the Hogs, even with all this coaching carousel going on, get a gauge for what they feel and what made them want to be Razorbacks. But even the guys that left, you all heard them say, every single one of them, that Arkansas was their dream school, which I get. And they felt like they weren't pursued enough, which is understandable. Maybe Arkansas didn't think they were a good fit. I believe you roll the dice on those guys, even if you for some reason don't think they're a good fit. It just brings a certain something special to your program that you honestly can't find anywhere else but from in-state guys. But one thing I don't ask them and we don't really talk about is the money. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like the money ain't a thing. I know they're all getting offered. I know they're all getting deals. I talked to a coach who has dealt with some of the guys that I've talked with, who has been part of the money conversations, and you'd be surprised. Actually, I don't think you are surprised. It ain't the players that are making the big issue with the money. It's the parents. You'd be shocked about even how much the parents are just, treating it like they're sitting down as an agent. Hey, they're offering us this. Hey, now let's use this. Let's go leverage this. Now let's go get this. Let's go get this. And sometimes I feel like they don't even take a second to say, hey, son, what do you really want to do? Where do you really want to be? And let's see if we can get the most money there. If that's where you really want to be. That's the thing. So I would love to get all up in their business, but that's not my business. Aaron says Taylor didn't look healthy. He got banged up against A&M. Do you think that this had a lot to do with his performance and turnovers? I don't think that had anything to do with the turnovers. Now, running around, Coach Petrino was asked in a press conference that he was healthy, he was fine, the knee wasn't bothering him. But then a couple days later, he talked about Taylor in practice and his week of preparation. He was, not as healthy, and so he was limited in practice. So that makes me think that his knee was a thing. Kind of contradicting statements there. But maybe. I don't know. I just can't take away from that dude from Auburn, who I'm really impressed with. Patrick McClay is in the house. Super chat. Thank you so much. DJ, please tell people that Gus is not the answer. I'm so tired of it. I don't know if Bobby is the answer, but it seems he couldn't if he got a defense. I don't know if Bobby is the answer, but it seems like he couldn't if he got it. I think I know what you're saying. All right, I'll work on that. I agree. I don't think Gus is the answer, if I'm just being honest. I think when you go down that road and you just, I would say Gus is somewhat in the same category of bouncing around a lot. I think that's almost all college coaches nowadays. I think whether you find a big hire, pay them a lot to try to get the program back to a spot to where it's a more attractive job when this maybe older coach retires, or you find the next young up-and-coming guy. Who that is, I'm glad I'm not the one making that decision. The film don't lie. Lance is in the house. What's up, Lance? Film don't ever lie. Film tells it all. You got to call it how it is when you watch the film. We win 2. We got Mizzou at the end of the year and Mississippi State next week, or this week, that is. Homecoming. Thanks, Miss Donna. Says I'd be a good recruiter. I would love it. Talent evaluator. I meant to set this up. We got to try to do this, all right? We'll do this one Wednesday night. We're going to start with a imaginary $5 million NIL budget, and then we're going to pick all 22 starters, and then we're going to go through and pick who we believe deserves this amount of money, but we have to end with $0 in the bank account. All right. I think that'd be a really fun thing to see. I may challenge our, oh yeah, hold on, wait, pause. Let me see him. Come here, Dax. He does. Come here. All right, y'all. My girlfriend came up here and brought Dax. Dax is here, and guess what? It's Dax's birthday. How old is Dax?
6.
Dax is 6 years old. All right, so he's hanging out with us here on the stream. He also goes by Dax Weenie. All right, so he's a little wiener dog. Y'all say happy birthday to Dax. All right, and don't let that cute face fool you. This kid right here is a menace. Bite your ankles in a heartbeat. All right, he's crazy. He's a crazy little dog, aren't you, Dax? He's crazy. Yeah, don't let him fool you. Anybody who's met Dax, you understand. Watch your ankles. He'll get you. All right. Happy birthday, Dax. Thanks, boo. All right. Maybe you could talk to the universities on like an offensive advisor. I doubt. No, I wouldn't say offensive advisor. Like I said, I'm gonna be honest. You got to know your role, know your lane. Now I really would like to sit down and because I just say we see it, man, and I really trust my guys and I trust the opinions. Like, you know who else is really good at that is Grant Cook, man. Within 10 minutes he can watch just the way that an offensive lineman moves. I mean, he was spot on with who the starters were going to be just by looking at a couple one-on-ones late in the spring or early in the spring when a lot of people came out and said, no, these guys will for sure be the starters, no doubt be the starters. And we were kind of like, we don't know about that. And so, yeah, Grant would be really good at that as well. Oh, yeah. I want to know, here we go. I want to know how much it's going to cost to bring back mediocrity. No, seriously. I think we should give Paul Simmons a shot. He won a natty at Harding and is going to win another. He can't be worse. First of all, I had a chance to talk to Coach over there at Harding a few times. You're right. Awesome coach. The scheme. We actually, funny, we had Eli Craner, who's a local author here in town. Wrote some really good books. Mississippi Blue 42. Go check it out. Get it on Amazon. He said we should run that type of offense at Arkansas. Whew. I personally don't see that type of approach working. I don't. But I will say Coach does have those guys bought in for sure. The way that they play hard. I just don't know if Coach Paul Simmons would want that. I know at Harding, a lot also that comes along with the football program is, very faith-based and driven in his approach. Just a different world, and I think he's exactly where he needs to be. In-state talent is needed. All right. It gives our team an extra morale boost. We had in-state talent, including DJ. Thank you. Played in 4A and played against I played against the Warren Big Three as well. Jeez, they were beat. So me and Joe Adams went to school together at CAC, and we played Jarius, right? Greg Childs, Chris Gregg, that whole crew at Warren. They had us down 52-0 at halftime. Embarrassing. Alex Shirley, what's up, my friend? What's up, my friend? What's up, DJ? Who do you think Arkansas? I do think Arkansas will win this weekend. I really do. If not, we might as well be having 4th and 5 by ourselves. I think that's when I think most people are already moving on to basketball season, but the very few of us that were holding on, if we have a very embarrassing loss this weekend, like I said, but 4th and 5 will still be here to the very end. When do you and Trey Biddy team up for a walk and talk game breakdown? Always like hearing what you two have to say. Yeah, Trey does a great job, man. Trey's been doing a great job since I've been in high school. That's how far that goes back. And Trey did get emotional this past weekend. He had one hell of a walk and talk. I encourage y'all to go check that out on his YouTube page or Twitter page. I really like Trey's takes. We get to talk to Trey once a week on 103.7 The Buzz, so we get to go back and forth off with each other. And just a really good perspective, great insight. And we kind of lean on each other sometimes. But, yeah, a team up with me and Trey walking back and forth. And I kind of would not like that because then I wouldn't be able to sit back and watch. I think that thing is brilliant. So big shout out to Trey Biddy doing his thing. Here we go. DJ, I want to jump on one day and talk football. Okay, always wanted to ask questions since you were on the team. And when I first learned Heartbreak Hogs against Ohio State, why didn't the why didn't we scoop and score? Oh, tough. I will say this. So that's Julian Horton. Julian Horton, by the way, is doing really, really well for himself. He's about to be big time celebrity. He's already starring in a lot of movies, most produced by Tyler Perry right now. And it won't be long before we start seeing him in some big hit movies in Hollywood. So, scoop and score. Wish we would have got it, but he's doing great things. Patrick, you can hop on anytime you want. All you have to do is send me your email. But you have to send it with just what your email is, and then let me know if it's Gmail or whatever. Don't add the at sign, and we'll be good. And don't add the .com. If you just shoot it in the chat, hopefully I see it, and I'll get you up here. Let's get back to Chris Alley. If you are Arkansas, do you spend money on the coach or the players next season? Petrino more attractive if he takes the job at a discount. I think he has no choice but to take the job at a discount. Where's the leverage? In my opinion, I don't know. Now you're going to pay him what you own for sure, or what he's worth, but I don't think you can. I don't think you have to go above and beyond. Man, you got to pay the. Oh, I don't know, man. We've seen so many schools pay the players, but they don't have good coaching and they lack leadership, and there's just no sense of direction or no culture, and it's just a waste of money. We've seen it. All right. Now, when you get the perfect recipe like great coaches at Ohio State, and then you pay those players to go over there, it works. So to answer your question, Chris, you kind of got to do both to be successful. Got to do both. Or you just find the right coach at a cheap price who can bring that to the table and be a good personality manager and get somebody to go to the next level. That would be the ideal situation. Hot dog. Aaron Williams is in the house. They say happy birthday, Dax. Alex Shirley said that. What do you think the atmosphere will be like? Oh, you think a lot of people go to the game this weekend? 3 o'clock kickoff. Nice weather, and it's homecoming weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Mississippi State's not a bad travel, maybe. Now, will their fans travel? Probably not. They're having a rough year, too. I hope it's a good one. Nice weather. Always got to like that. Igor! I gave you a shout out, man. It was 42-0. I said 52. So, Igor, he was on our team when I just explained that about Warren. And so we were in halftime, and we had a guy on our team named Jasper. Jasper was getting up, saying, "Hey man, we better than this, y'all. We gotta get back out there. We got a shot. We gotta go back out there and show them what we can do. We didn't come all the way to Warren to get beat like this. Let's get back out there." Igor sitting next to me. He patted me on the shoulder. He says, "We ain't finna come back and win this game. This game over." Igor, dude. His daughter got accepted into University of Arkansas. Just got the acceptance letter. Congrats, E. Trey and DJ would be awesome. Trey is I wouldn't say that. I think you said Trey is a talking university puppet. What does that mean? Like, what is it like? He talks for the university, or?
He says what they want to hear.
I don't know. I think Trey. If I think I know what you mean, I think Trey is in the room, in the press room. He does ask the questions that does get under the coach's skin, but they're the honest questions. He does ask the tough ones, so I'll give Trey that. He pushes it, and I think it's good journalism. And he just asks the questions, and based off his walk and talk, he says, "I'm sick of this." He said this team sucks ass on his stream, and so I wouldn't say that's holding the university in high regard at all times. I think Trey keeps it real. If that's what you're saying, here we go. Gain says, "I'm going to miss you on KRK, but glad you're moving on to bigger and better things." Going to miss you. Well, I've been gone for a while, so I appreciate you for missing me, apparently. Now, moving on to bigger and better things, that is yet to be determined. Because, I said this 4th and 5 thing, it's going really cool and it's been great. I've appreciated the support. The best way to continue to support, hit the subscribe button, please. But it could crash and burn. Who knows? That's just the name of this game when you try to roll the dice on yourself. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, it all works out. So far, so good. Chris Caver is in the house. What's going on, my friend? Tell us about Coach Petrino's Perfect Thursday. What is the concept about it, and what are some stories from Perfect Thursday when you played at Arkansas? Perfect Thursday, you cannot make a mistake. High intensity. Usually Thursdays are the days you don't wear the pads, you just wear shells in helmets. You go through the first 8, you go through all these plays, and it is perfection. No mistakes, no wrong step. I would say out of all the practices throughout the week, it was the one where it was the most stressful and nerve wracking because you're so locked in. And that's typically not how it goes at other universities. Usually it's the one where you chill down, kind of brush out, fine tune some things. But that's what was so special. And so I think those approaches, if it was something that would have happened all year, I honestly do think some of these mental mistakes we have had would be limited this year. It's just about, do you give Coach Petrino a shot and see what that looks like through an entire season? Don't know. I guess we got to figure that out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm watching the World Series too. I guess y'all are having conversations in the chat room, which is good. Here we go. Hogzilla. DJ, you also need to be on the game day experience committee whose job is to evaluate and modify music. Well, you ain't lying. I think Trey said that in his walk and talk, man. When we've traveled to so many different stadiums, and I've been there with Trey and all these other media members, some of these schools just do a great job promoting an electric environment. But some of the things we do here at Arkansas, man, I don't know if they just think they're catering to, I don't know what they're catering to be honest. But like when the game is on the line and you just need that right song to hit, then we just play a dud. And we're just like, you know, um, huh? It did a little better. But yeah, we could definitely work on the environment. I'm curious about what you think. So I haven't been to a place that has like game day MCs. We do that at Arkansas. How do y'all feel about that? When they hop on the thing and they say, "All right, crowd, we're gonna do this now." I can't think of too many other places that do that often within the game. So, do you like the game day environment? If not, then what would you like to change? Yes, you can join on the same link, Benjo. I think I'm a little behind on the comments, so just hit that same link, Benjo. Who would I like to be the next head coach? Who? I mean, I'm trying to think. It's a big question. I don't know. Let me think about it. Here's a super chat. This is from Joshua Briers. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Do we even know who is on head coaching search committee? Any reason to have confidence in them? Just feel like we won't do better than Bobby. I know Chancellor. Then they have a board of trustees. The athletic director, Hunter Yurchek, obviously. Sometimes they can search and hire a third party who does this for a living and they reach out to agents. Now, I tell you one thing, if we hire a coach who has Jimmy Sexton as their agent, it's going to come with an extremely large buyout. And so that's something to be ready for. But he happens to just support most of the big time coaches. That dude right there is rolling in the dough. Mark W., what are my top 3 choices from head coach next year? Mark, how about this? You give me 6 options, and I'll let you know who my top 3 are. Is that fair? There's just so many. Louisiana governor said, this is good. All right, Louisiana governor said that LSU AD wasn't going to make the next hire. Good idea for us. So I didn't realize how much pull and stroke that the Louisiana governor had. I mean, this person made a phone call. Buy less. There's so many things I had no idea. The governor there is so involved, and what that governor wants happens at LSU. It's pretty wild. Hey, we got a member. Thank you so much. Bald and stuff. Fit right in. Look, I'm losing it too. We're getting there, man. It's all good. Thanks for being a member. All SEC level. And I'll say this too, man. I'm so sorry and I'm slacking and I promise it's coming. But my people who signed up for the memberships, All American and All SEC, I'm just trying to adjust to this getting off of news and trying to do 4th and 5. It's just wearing me out. A little stressful, not going to lie. But once I start getting into an actual steady groove and it somewhat gets to a pace that I'm comfortable with, we'll start having that behind the scenes stuff where y'all help us put together these shows, go over film for the first time as we navigate, what needs to be in the show, what doesn't need to be on the show, what our viewers want. That's going to be that access. And once again, that'll only be available on YouTube for our members only. Now, everything else, don't worry, is going to be free. All right. I don't want to be one of those channels that you have to subscribe to watch the content. That's not what this is for. We're just trying to create something for our Razorback fans who love the Hogs and just want to learn a little bit more about football with our breakdowns and our analysis on that stuff. That will always be free. All right. As long as I'm running things. Okay. And now some people say, no, you need to charge people. Not on my watch. All right. I just, some like, God, I don't want to throw people under the bus. I just feel like the biggest attribute to a program outside of obviously talented players and coaches, but just in that same category and same level are the fans. And I think why charge the fans for inside access to a program into some really cool content and some really cool insight to get to know the players better and just be more of a fan? Why charge them for that? You should give it to them for free, man. That does nothing but just build the fan base, in my opinion. Oh, look who it is. My bad, Benjo. Got you on standby. All right, welcome to the show. 4th and 5 favorite. Benjo is in the house. Benjo, what's going on, man?
What's up? What's up?
I'm just chilling, man. I'm rough, man. I ain't gonna lie. Doing my post game show last Saturday, I was like, I needed a second, but I had to put my emotions to the side, and we have to do what we have to do. But
I know it.
That was
It
a
had
tough
to be
fourth
a
quarter,
tough.
man. That was a tough fourth quarter, Benjo. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
What were you thinking, man?
I mean, leading up
Leading
to
up
the
to the
game,
game,
I was
I was
so
so
like, I had so
I
much
had so much
hope because
hope because
our
our
offense is
offense is
playing so well.
And
And
then
we got
we
into this
got into this
game.
game. It's like
Our offense
our
has
offense
been
has
playing
been
like a
playing like
top
a
five
top five
offense,
offense, and then
we just
we just
completely
completely
don't play
don't
good
play good
against bad
bad
teams. I mean,
teams.
they're
They're
not
not
bad,
bad,
but
Yeah.
but
against the
against
not
the
as
not
good
as
teams.
good team.
Yeah. I felt like if we knew their defense was good, right? We knew that. Only giving up
Yeah.
87 yards per game, one of the top defenses in the country. But like we said, as long as they don't score touchdowns all the time, we felt good about our offense performing at a high level. Man, they just had our number, and it's wild that Coach Petrino, his comments at practice, in his press conference, he said enough for me to be like, practice is going to be hell this week. Oh, sorry, Benjamin.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was very disappointed, and I know he watches the same tape I watch, and it's just, I think some of our guys played scared, which was the first that I've seen this year. I think some of our guys were getting away from their technique. I think, Talon obviously had a meltdown in the fourth quarter, but they were a good football team. They really were a good football team. Benjo, we got 4 games left. What do you think?
So
Hmm?
during the
During the
bye
bye
week,
week,
I
predicted
that we were
that we
going
were
to
gonna
win
win
every single
every single
game
game
except for
Hold on one second,
Tennessee and
Benjo. Hold on.
Texas.
I think you're echoing. Let me fix something real quick, okay? Da-da-da. All right, that should be better. Go for it again. Go ahead.
So
So
during the
during
bye
the
week,
bye week,
I
I
predicted we were
predicted
going
we
to
were
win
gonna win
every
every
single
single
game
game
after
after
Tennessee and
and
Texas
Texas
A&M.
A&M.
But
But
now
now
I feel
I
like
feel like
Missouri
Missouri
and
and
LSU are the
LSU are
only
the
games
only
we
games
can
we can
win.
win.
Okay. Missouri and LSU. What about Mississippi State?
I
I
mean, if
mean,
we
if
play
we
like
play
we
like
did
we did
last game,
last
I
game,
don't
I
think we
don't
can.
think we
I mean,
can.
we
I mean, we
definitely can
definitely
beat.
can.
Dang. Yeah. You're still echoing? I think he's not echoing on my end. Are you echoing over there, Benjo?
Yeah, I can
Yeah, I
kind
can
of hear
kind of hear
myself.
myself.
So in this little app thing, there's a button that you push by your name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it should bring up options, video options. Do you see that?
Um,
Video
video
set.
setting.
Yes. And then there's a audio option. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there should be an echo cancellation. Do you see that?
Is that better?
Is that better?
Oh wait.
Oh wait.
Wait, the camera.
Wait, the camera switched.
Yeah, you turned the camera around on me. I'm not trying to see. Oh, look, you got us on the big screen. Look at that. Come on, Benjo.
Camera switched.
Wait, I'm trying to figure this out.
It's all right. You should see us on our pregame show sometimes. We got plenty of technical difficulties. There we go. Go back to your video settings.
Whenever I do
That.
it,
It's been.
maybe I try
So-
to
Maybe I try to leave. Come back.
Yeah, try to leave and come back, okay? Jeez, that's what it looked like with Taylor Green in the fourth quarter. We started off strong, a little meltdown. You know what I mean? But we're gonna go halftime. We're gonna come back out and make adjustments. Benjo was back. Let's see if that helped. It did not help. I still see his video turned around. All right, so Benjo, I know you can hear me. Go back to those video settings, and then it'll ask you which camera you want to use, and just use your selfie camera and not your back camera. I think it says front camera. All right. There it is. All right.
Is the
audio
audio still?
Hold on. Let me check.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is your volume up on that TV over there? Yeah. Yeah. Go turn that down over there, Benjo. Yeah, go turn that TV down for me. All right. I see you backstage. Did you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. I turned it.
God, we're having issues. We're having issues, Benjo. This is about what it was like. Is this what Taylor felt like in the fourth quarter when everything started going wrong?
I think
I think so.
Oh man, I think I got you now. Okay, mute the TV. Yeah, they're trying to help you. I think we're good now, right? Everything good?
I turned the
I
TV.
turned the TV.
Okay. All right, we're back at it. All right, so Benjo, I need updates. All right. Have you played football lately?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
We
We
won.
won
25-0.
25-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Man.
Yeah,
Have you sent me your game film yet? I know you talked about you need to work up and get more stuff going. Have you sent me some stuff?
I have something.
You sent me something?
I know. I have something to you.
Okay, yeah. Send it to me again. All right, send it to me again so I can go through it because I've started doing some breakdowns on some other people tape. Real quick, I know you're you can't hear him. Still an echo. Dang it, Benjo. Yeah, it is pretty bad. Benjo, we may have to put this on pause and try next week. Okay.
All right.
You're the man, Benjo.
Thanks.
I hate that, man. Yeah, I hear him. He's echoing. Benjo's one of my favorite guys, man. He's one of my favorites. All right. I wanted to ask Benjo. He's a big, Talon fan, as most people were, and I know that really bad game happened. Benjo, hit me up in the chat. Do you think we should ride out with Talon for the rest of the year, or should we bring in the backup? You smell him? Mm-hmm. All right. Feedback. I know. This is the most Arkansas thing. Lance, I get it, okay? That's what I said. It's part of it. All right, Lance? We're working on it, okay? I do like Benjo, though. It's one of my favorite guys. He's in South Carolina. Benjo, I'm telling you, if you want to come to a game, 4th and 5 will pay for your plane ticket, okay? My girlfriend looked at me like, dang, we got it like that? For Benjo, we do, all right? Now, I'm assuming your parents would have come. We don't have it like that yet. So they got to pay for their own ticket, but we'll pay for yours, okay? For sure. All right. Another super chat coming in. John Matthews is in the house. Says, I gave up on Bobby after the Auburn game, but after I had a day to process things, it's hard to fault him for the mistakes on Green in the fourth quarter. Man, I know Coach P. Man, I know he was frustrated. You think we were frustrated as fans? Him sitting back, I would love to be a fly on the wall, watching tape with those guys. Here we go. Jimmy wants Jackson to get some meaningful snaps next week. Once again, I still think that's going to be. Why can I'm having issues now. I think that's going to be Talen's job to lose. I think it is still his, very much his right now. I don't see that changing. Look at this, Benjo. You got a fan. Miss Donna's a big fan, big time fan. I'm serious, Benjo. I think we can make that happen. Now, the thing about the Missouri game, which is at home, it's a Thanksgiving weekend, so you're probably going to be spending time with your family. But like if you and your mom or something like that, or your dad or whatever, you want to come down to a game, we can have you on the pregame show up there in Northwest Arkansas. I think that'd be pretty fun. I could probably make some phone calls, put y'all up in a room for the weekend. I don't know. Figure it out, Benjo. You let me know. Talk to your parents first. All right, y'all. Once again, what we're going to get back to for the people who sign up for our memberships. Yes, you're going to get the behind-the-scenes, in-depth conversations. I think that's going to be a really special thing moving forward. We're also what we're thinking to do in off-season. Tell me what you think about this. Now, obviously, the players have to be aware of this and be on board with it. I think a few of the Razorbacks would be on board with it based off the relationships we've started to build with these guys. Sorry, I was reading a comment. We want to start doing a path to the draft with some of these Razorbacks. Okay, so as soon as the last game is over, it happens quick. They got their agents, and then they go off and train, and they start the process to get ready for the combine. And so we would like to go out and hit a few of these guys that we believe have potential to get drafted, and maybe spend a week with them, and to kind of let you know what it looks like, what a week looks like getting ready for the draft every single day. Catch content, maybe stream once or twice during that week live during a workout or during a film session. I think that'd be some really cool content. I just need to make sure enough people would be interested in that so I could try to go out and get it sponsored so we could be there for a week and do all this cool stuff. But I think that'd be some really cool insight of like a little bit. I think we see it with all these big time players. They may have a 10-minute video of them working out or talking to John Gruden. I want to see a whole week. What is it like day to day? And I go back to when I did it. It's the first thing in the morning, and it lasts all day. And it's just recovery, train, recovery, train, recovery, train. Mental classes, train, train, train. I think that'd be a really cool thing. And so if y'all think that's a cool thing, let us know, and we will try to get that in the works. Mark W. says, DJ, I'm in Delaware. If you come up to the Arkansas game in New Jersey, I'll buy you a beverage of your choice at the event. Mine would be whiskey. I can't afford a flight for you, though. Well, Mark, what are we doing? All right. What game's there? Is it the basketball game, I'm assuming? Unless I'm missing a game on the schedule for football. Oh, yeah. Okay. Can you split my plane ticket with me? Like I said, the budget's tight over here at 4th and 5, all right? It's real tight, real tight. What up, DJ? Or what up? I'm JD. What up? What does that mean? But his name's Taylor Holmes. What up? I'm JD. That's a tough one. Got to think about that one. Not sure what you're trying to say right there. Here we go. Another one from John Matthews. Do you think the team has given up on Bobby? No. But they continue to fight? Yes. Connie and Rohan sounded pretty excited tonight at the Catfish Hole. Oh, you get to go to Catfish Hole. Yeah, I'm assuming if they were excited. I mean, you got to think Connie was named to the SEC defensive team this week. Rohan Jones was named to the offensive SEC team this week. We got a lot to be excited about. Hopefully, they can carry that over, get the thing up and running. Arkansas versus Houston in New Jersey basketball. Like I said, you split that flight with me, Mark. You know what? He just donated $20. He said that's the best I can do. All right. So I can maybe put that on the check, okay? What's the date for that game? It would be cool off season to treat ourselves. You know what I mean, Boo? Where's that game at? New Jersey? It's in December?
Usually.
Let me look up the schedule real quick. Mark, you're piquing my interest, Mark. You got us a place to stay? How about that? Huh? Arkansas, let me look it up. Versus Houston basketball. Let's see. Number 2, December 20th. Square off. Where's this game at?
I gotta reset it.
Hold on. What is that? Yeah, it's in Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential whatever center. Huh. Oh man. He has a 3-story house in Newark. All right, here we go. Brian says your budget would be better if you had a better bag of no doubt. Is this Guatney? Is this you? No, that's James on the other side. Yeah. I lose $100 every week because Grant Cook, who said he's a good bago player, is not a good bago player. If you ever come to a pregame show, we do the bago competition with Grant. This week, I promise the video will be flawless. All right, I will make sure of it. We've been having technical difficulties trying to get off of the desk and shoot video. Okay, but yeah, Grant said he's really good at bago. 1 round, 4 bags each. Boom. You know, struggling. Mark, you're 2.5 hours away from the venue. That ain't gonna do it, Mark. God, 2.5 hours. 3-story house in Newark. Oh man, we're gonna need a room. Oh, that is you, Guatney. Sorry, my message board is messed up on this side. I'm having a hard time seeing something's going on with this software that I'm using. He's in Delaware, 3-story house. December 20th. What'd you say, babe? What's going on December 20th?
Race and the costume, holiday party.
Oh, all on the same day? The 5K?
Race in the morning and our Christmas cocktail parties.
For who?
Us.
Who's us?
All our friends.
Oh, the cocktail pajama party? Busy, Mark. Sorry, Mark. How about you can come hang out with us? We have a cocktail party at the house. So last year I surprised my girlfriend. And I invited all of her friends over for a pajama cocktail party. And they just started showing up out of nowhere. She's like, what's going on? And I put it all together. And then I had us matching pajamas. That will be on that same day. So, Mark, you and yours, you can come hang out. All right? I feel like you want to go to the game instead, which is totally fine. All right? But we could watch the game. Yeah, we can watch the game. We'll watch it on the patio. Mark's trying to figure something out. He says he could help with the hotel. Mark, I don't even know you, but I like you. All right? We'll figure something out. All right, y'all. My girlfriend's rubbing her belly. She's hungry. She's behind the camera right now looking at me. I promised her I'd cook her some good food. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us. I love our viewer comments. Chat invite, bet, bring it, John Matthews. I'm going to have to keep that in mind, John. Hey, look at this. Everybody's having a good time. Last comment. Tailgate in the Gardens this weekend. Across from the Golden Hog statue. Y'all are always welcome. We have a keg every game. Big Razorback trailer. John, you might be on to something. All right. So how about this? Do y'all have good internet connection down there, John? I got to ask them this question. Bear with me, babe. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm going to wait for John's comment. John, do y'all have good internet connection? I'm thinking we could send Josh down there to do a live shot for our pregame show at this tailgate. He's going to be pissed because he's got to walk all the way down there, then walk back, or he could just stay down there.
No, let's go to the show.
Yeah. Waiting, John. If not, we could potentially bring our Starlink and set it up at your tailgate, but I need to be away from trees. I need a clear line of sight. Okay. Satellite with 3 TVs that play 3 different games simultaneously. So could we, that would work. Can we use your internet for a potential shot? Not sure about internet connection. Never tried. Dang it, John. I bet if your satellite works, then ours should. Huh? All right. How about this? We'll try 2 things, John. Okay. We'll get out there, test it. If it works, then maybe we use it live during our pregame show and go out to Josh, who's standing by with y'all. Y'all have a really cool tailgate shot. We have some fun, interactive, show all the stuff. I'll send a camera guy down there with Josh, and it'll be really fun. If our Starlink has issues, then we'll pre-tape something and then we'll put it in our pregame show and just show it as like a package. Hey, we did this earlier at a tailgate. Either one would be great. So John, we'll see what we can do. Do I have your contact? John, hit me up on Twitter. All right, can you send me a message on Twitter or something like that? Be fun. Good. All right, y'all. We got to get that figured out. All right. Y'all have a good one. About to end it. Thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, if they do what they're supposed to do, you're going to see your defensive breakdown with Matt Harris. All right, Friday is obviously Josh Throne with his scouting report, and Saturday pregame show at the Alumni House at 1 o'clock. And hopefully, John, you're going to be a part of the show as well. You and your tailgate. Should be fun. Y'all have a great day. Great night.